When we get COVID, it comes out serious. But according to more COVID, it is malaria, fever, asamba na ebeko. And then I had a sala party for the presidential candidates that period. No, so a whole lot of things, activities happened within that period.
I see.
So I was in intensive care from Kolobu. They couldn't manage me. Then they transferred me to IMA, Gapoa Hospital, International Maritime Hospital. As that was where I was saved. If I was in Kolobu,
Nkasambai. I didn't call so Kolobu to who say hono.
Unim Kolobu no. It's just for me, sorry, but it's like a death trap. Because Oko Kolobu is a government hospital. Medicines, Bibia no obeye, it is Okoto. Nibia, Tisika obewu. That's number one. Number two, the doctors are good, but they don't have the necessary instruments and equipment to save your life. So it is a soldier now manu gun, now manu bullet. So wow, omoba, omoya ade na obetemi but entemi help. So Kolebuno, I was saturating at 86. 3 days later, I was saturating at 70, almost going off.
Wow.
My wife said, "No way, we have to transfer you out of here." So they transferred me from IMA. Even IMA, Kolebu, I couldn't work anymore. Within 4 days. And I drove myself to Kolebu. Wow. So within 4 days, saturating 70 is bad. Very, very bad. So me do IMA now. They first did my lungs test, and 96% of my lungs was gone. Asa is dead, gone. I got 4%. So mine, I say, Nyami na
Wow.
yeah, adia, mami. Because I believe that my prayers of my family, Ghanaians, Muslim community, Christian community, a whole lot of people prayed for me. Wow. And that is what actually gave me the recovery.
What was really going through your mind when you were in intensive care baby at the sun?
Let me go intensive care. I was blind, totally blind. Just like I don't know where I was. A blind man sitting down, you don't know where you are. So that is what actually, I didn't even know, I didn't even realize my kids anymore unless they come. I didn't even remember I had kids unless they appear before me. The only person I was every day privy to was my wife. And she was the one giving me all that support, prayers and all that. And the nurses were very good. The nurses in IMA and the doctors in IMA, superb. They did a wonderful job. Not like in Kolobu where the level of negligence was too high. In Kolobu, they will neglect you. You will just be lying down there. I didn't have, in Kolobu for the past 4 days, every midnight I ran shortage of oxygen. From 2 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. I'll be sitting down this way without oxygen and trying to breathe on my own. Oxygen is finished. And you make calls and nobody's responding. The doctor leaves the hospital, the ward at 12 midnight, and the next doctor will come at 5:30 a.m. So what happened between 12 to 5:30 now is you and your feet and God. But those who had oxygen, there were those who had oxygen by those who were having the oxygen from the hospital through the pipelines. They were fine. But those of us who were using cylinder, the cylinder cannot last you 5 hours. No cylinder can last you 5 hours. Or 5 hours. They should have been coming in every 2-3 hours to change the oxygen. But when they leave you people at 12 midnight, unless 5:30 a.m., no matter what you do, 5:30. And sometimes cylinders cry no more fabrano. A half, sometimes quarter. Wow. And some of us were using almost 16 units, 16 temperature power. So 16 means that you need more of the oxygen. And I mean, I don't want to talk much about Kolobu, but I think that government needs to do a lot. If not, Kolobu will only be registering a lot of death and nothing more, and not treatment. And the CEO need to sit with government for them to be able to do something about Korle because Korle needs a lot of support. If not, we only send people to Korle to die. Most people send their people, they go there and die. They don't go and come back home. Wow, so why will I go to the hospital when I was doing better at home? Then I go to the hospital and I'm doing worse. So what's the essence of going to the hospital? I must as well stay at home and pray to God and look for some other medical support rather than going to Korle. Because it's one of the biggest hospitals in the country and it's not properly equipped. They have good doctors, very good doctors. But what can a good doctor do without it? Machinery, equipment, and all the necessary things that he needs to save life. It's just like you here being a good producer, presenter. Then you don't have a camera. You are working. The camera goes off, light goes off, microphone is off. I mean, you will get fed up and leave the place. So Korle, I'm praying and I'm appealing to government to invest more in Korle because it is a public hospital where many people believed in and think that when they get there they'll be saved, but it's the other opposite. When they get there, it's like a death trap where you go and then you say salam alaikum, bye bye. So I thank the people of Korle, the doctors there, especially IMA, the nurses and the doctors, and I think that we need to intensify the education on COVID. People think COVID is over.
Yes.
People think it's not a deadly disease. Others think that, oh, they are only lying. Look, before I left that place, I spent over 100 plus. Yes. My total bill over from Korle up to IMA was over $100,000 Ghana cedis. Over. So you can imagine how many Ghanaians have 10,000 to go to the hospital to pay. How many of us can pay 10,000? So it is better, we say prevention is better than cure. So let's prevent it so that we then get people going there. And government needs to intensify the education on COVID. It's not over. Anybody who tells you COVID is over, tell the person that it's not true. You can never tell me malaria is over, fever is over, jaundice is over. No. We need to intensify and get the vaccine so people will be vaccinated so that a lot of people can survive. And then we also need to make proper precautions. Wow. Say, akwada na omo school no. Omo pay school bra na omo inhale nim tree na assume hot water. Now papa na mama na inhale. All these things no, it will help. And the kids still tell them, when you say akwada ko school omo pay.
They are grow.
And they are the main careers. They are the main careers. Because if you are in your house, now Pia, somebody will go out and bring it. Who is that? Your ba. And when he come, he cannot come and say, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. They will say,
Daddy, ain't possible, sir.
And yeah, possible. Or he say, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. We say, Daddy. But they in school, their immune system they are high. So omo will cover the work. So omo ne more careers ne. Wow. So we need to educate them more. School no more. And I think that government should also make sure that every 2-3 weeks now, according to omo testimony in school. Every 3 weeks, let's get more
sample testing and I say
omo testimony. Every class, you can just pick maybe 15 students and test them, or all, because it will prevent the spread of COVID. That is the beginning of spread of COVID, not those in the house. Because they can't manage themselves well. So COVID is a real, Papa. And me, I don't mind going around and educating people on COVID. I really don't mind because
your experience.
Yes, Papa, I think that it's a deadly disease and people must be very careful. And yeah, easy. At a point in time, I will see myself double. Wow. Then I'm in the machine. Then I see myself standing somewhere.
Wow.
Then I'll pray to God. Then a door will open as if I'm getting out of the door. Then me bomb fire. Then the door will close. Then my spirit, I'll see something like my spirit standing right in front of me. And I'll be lying down, the body will be here. The spirit will be there. Then there'll be a door. Maybe somebody say, what is this? And the oxygen is going and it's not coming properly. So the moment you miss one step, wako. And you're serious. I don't want to experience this again. you're very serious. So every time, me who say my spirit, waha, at the same bottom no. Now me waha, lie in the machine with the machine. Then my who say spirit now I call. Let's say it's not Hassan Ayariga here. Now who is this man? Then me bompire, then the door will open. Me bompire, then the door will come and close. Then the spirit will come back again. Spiritually, life, me. Sometimes I don't even know where I am.
And one who am ye pa. Ye mountain kwanso.
Yeah, serious. COVID is serious.
COVID is serious. With the car, you said,